Today is Memorial Day, May 27th, 2024. Choosing to serve one's country is one of the finest callings one can answer. As I mentioned in episode 1, I kind of stumbled into my calling, but once in it, I embraced the calling, seeking out to serve on missions in far-flung lands. Sacrifice is inherent in a life of service, and many have made the ultimate sacrifice to protect the freedoms detailed in the United States Constitution. I just listened to a documentarian who did a tour of all 50 states and asked people what made them most proud of being an American, and regardless of background or political persuasion, the answer was almost unanimous: pride in the living document that is the U.S. Constitution. This gives me great hope. Memorial Day is a time to honor our nation's fallen heroes and console those Gold Star families. As Americans, we should strive to ensure the story of the lives and bravery of the fallen service members are not lost over time. By sharing these stories, we keep the memory of our brothers and sisters alive. Now let's hear from some fellow veterans on how they approach their Memorial Day thoughts and traditions. First up is Major Ethan Parker, a Green Beret turned U.S. Army emergency medicine physician.
Memorial Day holds a profound significance for me, rooted in my 17 years of service in the United States Army. As an infantry officer and later as a special forces officer, I had the honor of leading brave men and women in some of the most challenging and dangerous situations during the global war on terror, from Iraq and Afghanistan to the Philippines. I witnessed firsthand the courage and sacrifice of my fellow soldiers, particularly during a harrowing incident when one of my men was severely injured by an IED explosion. His survival and recovery were nothing short of miraculous, a testament to his resilience and the unwavering support of our military community. Memorial Day is a time of reflection and gratitude. It's a day to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice, laying down their lives for our freedom and security. It's a reminder of the friends and comrades we've lost, the empty places they left behind, and the heavy burden of their absence. I'm now an Army emergency physician, and I carry the memory of those brave souls with me, channeling their spirit and dedication to every life I strive to save. For me, Memorial Day is not just a day off, but a solemn reminder of the cost of our liberties. It is a day to remember the valor of those who served and to reaffirm our commitment to the values they fought to protect. It's a day to honor the legacy of those who have fallen, ensuring their sacrifice is never forgotten and their spirit continues to inspire us all.
Let's hear Memorial Day thoughts from Staff Sergeant Thomas, United States Marine Corps.
Hi, my name is Staff Sergeant Thomas, and Memorial Day to me has always meant a sober day of reflection. While the country is out celebrating with each other, an extra day away from work, and is gorging on hamburgers and hot dogs at backyard barbecues from sea to shining sea, my community is huddled together in small fire teams, consoling one another, celebrating the lives of those who came before us, dear friends who we've lost, and reminding one another that they would want us to carry on in their name.
Thank you to Major Parker and Staff Sergeant Thomas for sharing their thoughts and feelings on Memorial Day this year, 2024. I'm a child of the 1970s, and during that time, there was a lack of patriotism due to the terrible conclusion to the war in Vietnam. My family didn't have a tradition of serving in the armed forces, but my grandfather served in the Navy during World War II. My mom was very anti-military after Vietnam. My brother served in the Navy primarily as a means to get out of poor economic times, and I previously mentioned how I came to serve in the Army. Ironically, when my brother graduated boot camp, he told me I should join the Navy and become a SEAL. He felt I was suited for that. Actually, he wasn't that far off the mark. The one thing I'd like to share this year during Memorial Day is that I think you should get out there and explore. Explore the battlefields and cemeteries associated with the conflicts the United States has been involved in. There are a great many things to learn, especially if you choose to explore some of the individual stories of service members who fought heroically for this country. I visited battlefields and memorial cemeteries all over the world, especially on or around Memorial Day. I try and learn as much as I can from the stories and the individuals that are laid to rest there. Many times during Memorial Day or Independence Day, I'd be deployed away from my family. One tradition that I've tried to keep anytime I've been deployed is to fly an American flag on Memorial Day or on Independence Day and save that flag and bring it home to my family as a reminder that I was thinking of them on that specific day. There are a great many things you can do on Memorial Day to commemorate this day. The CrossFit community established a Memorial Day workout called the Murph, consisting of a 1-mile run followed by 100 pull-ups, then 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, and finally one more 1-mile run. This is a great way to commemorate the day and challenge yourself at the same time. I recently returned to North Carolina, to the home of the Airborne and U.S. Army Special Operations. There are historic sites and museums all over the vicinity of Fayetteville, North Carolina. I highly recommend visiting the Airborne and Special Operations Museum. If you're unable to travel during the Memorial Day, take some time out and explore your local community. Here in Phoenix, Arizona, we celebrate Memorial Day down near the Tempe Town Lake every year with flags commemorating all the fallen heroes from our communities. Whatever you do, take some time out to remember those fallen service members from the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marine Corps, and the Coast Guard. And then take some time out to reach out to your fellow service members, those brothers and sisters who could use a kind word on this day. Many of us struggle on this day, having lost someone that served to the right and left of them. This is the right time to reach out to that veteran friend of yours and let them know it's going to be okay. As Americans, we always come together, like the stars and stripes of our flag. Let it always wave.